Boxing King Media powered by BYD. I'm here with the savage, Alen Babic. How are you, sir? How's things?
Thank you very much. It's amazing. I feel the presence of the savage. I love this setup. It's my setup. This is what I've known since the beginning of my career, and I really feel like I'm back.
I do want to talk about this fight. A question that I asked Eddie Hearn was, Johnny Fisher's this ticket seller that a lot of people know. He sells a lot of tickets. But is this the fight that makes him a fighter? We know Alen is he's a good fighter, very awkward to fight against. And he said, he's a world-class fighter, Johnny Fisher. Do you believe that Johnny Fisher is a potential world-class fighter?
Nobody knows that. Nobody can say that. I was actually more afraid of him when I thought he was just an intelligent fighter, soft-spoken. But then, somewhere in the midst of all that, he became this hooligan-like. He talks like he's like from the streets and something, and I said, boy, you messed up. So that was the only thing he had that I was actually kind of afraid of. Okay, he's intelligent boxer, but now he wants to slug it out with me. It's a very bad way to go. Very bad way to go. It's a dark alley where you don't want to be.
Johnny's coming off a six fight stoppage streak. What do you make of that from the 6 fights you've seen, or the past fights you've seen from Johnny? What have you made of his performances?
It's been all good. It's been almost the same career as mine. I had 11-0, 10 knockouts, so I know everything about it. I know how high he is. I know how high he feels. It's all good, but also I know I'm the most dangerous fight by far he ever faced, and we don't know how he's going to react. I think I know because I was there, but you don't know, people don't know, so I'm going to show you, because boxing ring can be a very lonely place, and he doesn't have that feeling because his first fight was for Matchroom. He was brought up here, he lives like literally 10 kilometers from Matchroom. I live hundreds of thousands of miles, I don't even know how many. From that I had to claw my way to be on this stage. So we are not the same, not even close.
What happens on Saturday night between you and Johnny Fisher?
Johnny Fisher will drown. Johnny Fisher will drown. I'm telling him this whole week, this fight has been a mistake. Johnny Fisher will drown. And he's going to see that he's very much alone in that ring. That in that ring, you have nobody to count on. Not your father, not your mother, not your coach, nobody. Zero guys are coming to save him in that ring. And he's going to realize it.
Whilst I've got you here, I do need to ask you about other heavyweight fights that are happening. Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois, you've seen enough of them men and their careers. What do you make of that fight? How do you see that fight playing out?
Well, very good fight, perfect for the British. For you, you must be very proud. It's an amazing fight, 2 knockout punchers, very tough guys. But I think I kind of edging towards Joshua because he had his downs, but he came on his up every single time. He ended up on his up, so I really think he's on a huge up right now, and I think he's a very, very dangerous fighter. And I think he's more dangerous puncher in the boys.
There's a narrative that's playing out right now that Daniel Dubois may be a little bit open. A few pundits have said that against Hrgovic he maybe took a few shots that he didn't want to. Do you believe that's the case? Like Anthony Joshua sees an opening that maybe he can sort of make use of that?
Well, I think Anthony Joshua is different than all of us. He has that thing, that knockout moment, that straight right, it's lethal. And Dubois doesn't have the greatest defense in the world, so I really think Josh is going to win. I'm really edging for Josh, that's all I can say. I see only if Anthony Joshua falls into that pit, where he often do, we all do. He does more than the others. He just falls mentally and physically. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. Only there then can Dubois have a chance to grind it out. But everything other than that, I think Joshua goes away with the knockout.
Just going off that, do you feel like then Daniel Dubois' power is going to be the biggest thing in this fight for him to get the victory? To maybe everyone that's spoken to, I said maybe this fight's not going to go 12 rounds. Do you feel like Daniel has to put that pressure on him and stop him? And we know that Daniel carries a lot of power.
Well, of course, he has to do that, and by doing that, he's going to be really open. So you have a double sword, on the both sides. It's very, very sharp. Because if he tries to bully Joshua, he can get caught. If he doesn't try to bully Joshua, he'll just lose the fight. So it's a very tough situation. I think for Daniel, it's a much tougher fight than it is for Joshua.
I do want to quickly talk about Tyson Fury, somebody who you've been in camp with in the past. Just talk to me, obviously lost his last fight against Alexander Usyk in a great fight. This time around, do you feel like it's going to be a bit more difficult, or will it be easier in regards to picking himself up mentally for this fight, knowing he's coming off a loss to Alexander Usyk? Or was there enough in that first fight for us to see that Tyson Fury can win the rematch?
Well, it was a great fight. I think it was the best heavyweight fight ever since Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, literally. So it's very hard to top that. I know Tyson Fury and personally, and I know him as a character, and he will try to top that. But that is also very slippery slope, because if you try to go above that fight, it's going to be pretty hard, very hard. There will be some challenges there, And Usyk, I think Usyk will do all the same things he does. He's that kind of fighter. He's a perfect boxer, perfect amateur boxer, perfect whatever you want to call him. So I think Usyk has a number on Fury, did a number on him, and I think Usyk will win again. But you never know with Tyson Fury. We can get everything and we can get nothing. So you never know. I could never say how the fight is going to go. But I think he will try to top it, and I think that's a dangerous thing to do.
Final one before I let you go. I do want to talk about Dillian Whyte, somebody who's been your mentor from day dot. Have you spoken to him recently? Has there been any conversation between you and Dillian? Do you keep in touch? And if so, do you know when he's next out?
Dillian? Yeah, I've spoke to Dillian days before, and he feels amazing. He looks amazing again. I'm so happy because I was coming into the training with Dillian. I didn't know what I'm going to get because he has been all over the place for the last 2 years. Now he's good, now he's bad, and that's so. And now when I saw him and his body looks good, he's strong, he's ready. So I really think he can open up the whole heavyweight division once again. He can open up everything. He can put himself in the top 5, literally. Talked about fighters, and I think he's on the right path.
Alen, listen, I think the press conference is about to start. Thank you so much for giving us your time. Good luck with the rest of Fight Week, and we'll catch you on Fight Night. Thank you very much for talking to Boxing King Media. Thank you.